5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Broadcasting worldwide from Painedemonium Studios in Cornwall, this is the Wal of Paine show on Phluid FM.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Wal of Paine here on Phluid Vision and Phluid FM. I'm Leo Bass Driver Paine, and you'll notice it's a little unusual tonight because we are joined by both Neil Walters and Scarlett Hills-Brooks in the live room. How are you doing, guys?
We do. I feel like a guest on our own show, and me and Scarlett are saying it's a little bit weird, but it's nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it is unusual, isn't it?
We've got no headphones constraints.
It's very relaxed, very chilled.
But I think Scarlett came in sad. So it's like you're going on a model shoot or something.
I feel like I'm on like The Chase or like some question show.
Oh, well, you will, because we've got a quiz.
Exactly.
We can do you a quiz coming up later. Yeah, you've got to beat the chaser. You've got to beat Leo.
Yeah.
That's not difficult, Leo, is it?
No, not really. The last few I've been doing pretty badly at. But what sort of night is it tonight? Because we do have a theme, don't we, guys?
It's Movie
night. Yes, indeed. Starting off with those two classic tracks there with Sweet Transvestite from Rocky Horror Picture Show and Bad to the Bone. Which one was that from, Neil?
That is from my neighbour Nick, actually, who requested that from my favourite Stephen King film, Christine.
Ah, good film, that one. I like that. It's about the car that gets possessed, doesn't it?
A 1957 red and cream Plymouth Fury, unless I'm very much mistaken, Leo, which I'm not.
Yeah, well, I do like that film. It's on Legend quite a lot. What used to be Horror Channel, very regular one that they play.
But no, this is quite chilled, Scarlett, isn't
it? Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
Well, Scarlett Van Crasher Hills-Brooks, as you're now known.
Oh no, don't remind me.
Because for everybody that was waiting, Scarlett was supposed to be here a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I crashed someone's van by accident. It was dark. It was a big van. Didn't quite see the fence post.
That's a good excuse. You should say that to the police and the insurance company when they turn up. It was dark and it was a big van, and they'll be like, "It's fair enough then."
It's fair enough.
Who's not gonna crash it?
Yeah, well, the image that I made, mocked up there, like people may have noticed, we've got the, I'll show it on screen for them again, the little Back to the Future image that I mocked up. That was actually my second choice. My first choice was going to be Attack of the 50-Foot Woman with Scarlett smashing up the vans underneath her.
That would have been a good one. That would have been a good one. Well, we'll be talking all things movies. We've got so many people have sent in their favourites. We're a little bit discombobulated because Leo, this is really annoying actually, Scarlett, because, right, normally Leo and I are in the other room and we share chores.
Okay.
Okay, so I do the TrakLink machine and I do the... Well, Leo's in there now, right, and he's doing it literally all on his own, so I'm kind of thinking he's made me defunct.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that because someone needs to.
I'll be sacked off of my own show. That's
somebody needs to be there, like talking. Otherwise, it's just like, what's the point? Like, why would we have to separate ourselves into separate rooms to have a conversation?
Well, this is going to be good because we had the Rock Project in, didn't we, a few weeks ago? And of course, there was lots of them, and this would be brilliant because they could have stayed for an interview.
Yeah,
yes, yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
There's enough room.
And we're going to quiz Scarlett. Well, not quiz her, but we're going to be talking to Scarlett about the Cornish Times.
Yes.
And our lovely column that Scarlett's managed to get us in the Cornish Times, which is good. And whilst we're talking to Scarlett and about Scarlett, then we've got it in the list there, Scarlett. Shall we have your tune?
Yeah.
Your movie tune.
My movie tune.
Tell us a little bit about the movie, a little bit about the tune, and let's get on because it's a belter.
Oh, it's a great film. I'm sure everyone knows this film. It's fantastic. My mum actually helped me pick this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't pick.
Your mum should have come on.
Oh, she's
not doing horses.
Cutting people's hair.
Oh, yeah, of course she is.
Hairdressing.
Yeah, of course she is.
Yeah, I couldn't pick a song. I couldn't pick a film, so we came together on this one and picked Grease.
Yay! Everybody's favourite film.
Yeah.
Everybody's favourite musical. Well, we opened with Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I think Grease has got to even top that, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think it was either Grease, Titanic, or Spirit. You know the whole
that's Bryan Adams.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, they were my top 3, I think, for movie songs.
And Grease picked it with Leo's queuing it up. He's getting used to Spotify.
Getting ready.
He is. What is it, Scarlett? Let's have it.
I can't remember the one that I won. Hopelessly devoted.
Yes, yeah, hopelessly
is.
devoted. So yeah, you could see me scrabbling away there. I'm just getting used to Spotify. It's not
Spotify is a law unto itself, though. If you don't rein it in,
Yeah.
it's like a many-headed hydra, and you have to keep cutting off its heads to stop it playing, don't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's where the Bowie button comes from, isn't it?
That is exactly where the Bowie button comes from. You've now got the late Olivia Newton-John, of course.
Unfortunately, so yeah.
Who sadly passed away. That was earlier this year, wasn't it?
It wasn't very long ago.
Yeah.
And
hopelessly devoted to you, Scarlett.
Oh, bless. Here we go then. We are back in the room. Although Neil isn't so much because he had to skip out quickly to get a power adapter, didn't he?
Yep, he's left me.
Yes, unfortunately. So yes, he will be back in just one moment. But we're in dire danger of running out of music right there. So one thing I was going to ask you about was Boardmaster, Scarlett. How was that?
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah?
So good. Yeah, I think I went to 5 festivals this year and it was probably the one I enjoyed the most this year.
Excellent. Cool.
Yeah.
Who did you see while you were there?
Kings of Leon, George Ezra and Disclosure were the headliners. But I saw Mimi Webb, Declan McKenna, the Wombats, and Tom Grennan.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really good. It was so hot.
Yeah,
it was like one of the hottest days of the year. It was really nice.
Well, because obviously you produced that video, which it certainly looked scorching hot.
Oh yeah,
Beautiful colour grading on that video, I have to say as well.
Really, I just took it on my phone.
Really? Oh my god. See?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. You've got a modern phone. Like mine's so ancient. I'd have to spend about 4 hours in Premiere to get it moderately looking good. But if you had like a favourite act that you saw over the festival, who would it be, or selection of acts?
What, over all of the festivals?
Or Boardmasters?
Just Boardmasters. I would probably say Tom Grennan was really good. He was really, really good. He was really like lively, and he was just really, really good. Kings of Leon were obviously really good, but I was really, really far away from the stage because it was just so busy. And George Ezra, he was really good as well.
Awesome, cool. And you mentioned other festivals. What else did you get to?
So I went to NAS in Bristol. I went to Leopalooza in Holsworthy. I went to Boardmasters. I went to Beautiful Days in Exeter, and I went to Reading.
Awesome.
Which was a bit of an eye opener.
Yeah. What was the deal with Reading?
Oh, it was really good. Apart from on the last night, we ended up leaving on the last night early because it basically, the campsite just turned into the purge. People were like lighting tents on fire. They were slashing tents. They were jumping on tents. There was in our campsite, we were in purple camp. In the daytime, somebody had set fire to someone's tent, and then people just like started to throw things on top of this
fantastic
tent and create this huge
sounds like
fire.
Classic Reading.
Yeah.
I remember way back in 1996 and 7, they were burning the toilets down. Did they burn the toilets down this time?
Probably. I left. I didn't want to stay. I was like, we're gonna get set on fire or something. So we ended up we left at about 12, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's really bizarre. Out of all of the festivals, I have to agree, Reading's probably the one where like people have been the most unhinged. I've found.
Yeah.
Like I've been to like Donington Monsters of Rock, like Glastonbury, Latitude, all sorts of festivals. But out of all of them, Reading is literally the only one I can say I saw. You know how they have those big metal walkways through the campsites, and we're walking back one night, and there's this like sort of small mock like camp village set up there, and it's the only place where we've been walking along. Someone just walks up to you, drops trowel, and starts like taking a poop right in front of you. It's like, how? Why? Like, where do they find them from?
People just go mental. Because we even got warned by the police on the last night, because it was like me, my sister, and then my friend Fiona, and like we were all quite small girls, and I think, I don't know, we were somewhere near the police, and even the police like warned us that he was like, at the end of the night, on the last night, people go crazy. Just be careful.
It's that weird thing. We've had such a great festival, such good fun.
back.
Hey, he's back! Wow,
Oh
look
my
at
God.
how about that was some coverage right there. That's fantastic.
Just trap the broom in the door.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, I like that. That comes across on the sound really beautifully. Is that Bob Marley turning up? Excellent, brilliant. So we have our power. You can now go rejoin Scarlett in the other room. It's right, I'll do it.
You just need to put it in the top left there. It's
Fantastic.
a thing.
Awesome sauce. This is going swimmingly well. Like, I didn't mention it, but I kind of fudged the beginning of the show as well earlier. But hey, yeah. Back in the room.
Back.
Now we literally are back in the room. So,
literally back in the room. You know why that happened?
why? Because you updated the OS?
I updated my OS to Monterey, and what the thing's done is it's just decided it's going to wipe out all my iCloud stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I set my computer a task last night to reinstate iCloud, and I put it to sleep rather than shutting it down, because so while it's been asleep, it's been using loads of battery.
Yep. Exactly.
Have we had any more songs since Hopelessly Devoted to You?
Yeah, we did Son of a Preacher Man by Dusty Springfield.
Oh, for Squancy.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about that one. What film was that from?
Yeah, big shout out for Squancy. That's from Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino. What an absolute great tune that is.
Yeah. We'll talk about it a bit because I got to plug in that laptop.
You have, well, I'll tell you what we were talking about when we were just listening to that last song. We were talking about shorthand.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how we got on to shorthand, but
your
exams, because you're doing Scarlett, guys, is doing a shorthand exam. If anybody out there has ever done shorthand, it's like a madman's writing, isn't it?
It's like another language.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I find it really hard.
Now, is a squiggle, because my mum used to do this. My mum did shorthand because they used to do shorthand at school when my mum was growing up. I mean, this is going back a long, long time. Is a squiggle a word? So each squiggle is a word, or?
Yeah. So let me give you an example.
Okay, we're going to get an example of shorthand here. Well, why don't we look at? Can you write? How much do you know? Because we could get you to write down the title of the next tune.
Oh, I'll give it a go.
Okay, so is Leo, if you're listening...
He is listening?
Is he listening? We've not got any fold back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, he's here.
Can you not hear me? There you go. Sorry,
so we've got a choice from our very own Mr. Steve Prout from the film Layer Cake, and it's The Cult.
Okay.
She Sells Sanctuary.
So, she
is...
That that's meant to be a circle. Sells.
Yeah. And if you know Sanctuary, Scarlett, I will be. Wow! What?
She sells Sanctuary.
No. Right.
The Cult.
How do you know the word sanctuary and cult? Surely they don't seem top of the list to learn when you're going into shorthand.
So they're letters. So
okay.
That depends on where you're reporting.
Let's find a word.
That looks like hieroglyphics.
So you've got like a CLT, which that kind of makes sense.
Oh.
So like that's a SH and then E, she.
Yeah.
And then sanctuary. So you've got SNCTRY, because you skip out letters.
That's mental, right? I'm going to hold that up to the camera while Leo gets this one queued up. So guys and girls at home, where's the camera? That in blue writing that you can see there by my finger across the top says She Sells Sanctuary, and that says The Cult. That I thought I might have got you on the spot there, Scarlett, but look at that. And you say you can't get your head around this shorthand language.
I can get my head around it. It's taking the exam because I've got to be able to write 60 words a minute.
In shorthand.
Yeah.
So you don't have time. 60 words a minute. That's one of those symbols every second.
Yeah.
Without thinking.
That's the slowest speed as well. The highest speed you can get an exam in is 120 words a minute.
And is this for journalism? So if you're interviewing somebody, or do you want to go into court and do this? Or
so to go into court reporting, you have to be able to write 100 words a minute.
And then what's that thing where they have the stenographer, don't they? Do they still do that? Stenography in court, is that still a thing, or is that now an old thing? And it's
no. Usually it's shorthand, and then because you're not allowed to record in a courtroom, so you just have to rely on your shorthand.
But sometimes they do video courtrooms, don't they?
It depends on the courtroom and what the court's. So I've just done another exam in court reporting. Because
you were doing the court reports from the court in Plymouth.
I did a court report the other day of an inquest of a man that was in a Truro coroner's court.
Okay.
Plymouth's sort of slightly out of our area, so we don't tend to do those ones.
But did you do a Plymouth thing? Have I got that right? Or
I was going to go along to Do you remember that girl? The girl that got murdered by that man in Plymouth quite recently. Quite a young girl.
Not the guy with the shotgun?
No, she was waiting at a bus stop.
Okay.
And I was going to go to that. Jamie Lee.
Right.
It's called. I was going to go to that inquest, but it was down in Truro, I think it was. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like for journalism and then court journalism.
Yeah.
So if you do court journalism, does that mean obviously then you do your shorthand in the court, and then when you read about that court case in the paper, you just then transcribe your shorthand into a column?
Yeah.
Effectively, that's quite exciting, isn't it? Is
Yeah,
that what you
really
want
good.
to do, Scarlett, or is that just a thing that you want to do, just so you've done it?
To. I mean, it is. The inquest I went to the other day was the first one I went to, and it was really interesting just to sort of see how it all works, because they went through like all the evidence, all the what do you call it when they like look over the body?
The autopsy and all of that, yeah.
And they go through all of that, and then this inquest had a jury. So it was really interesting just to see how it all works.
And did the paper send you to do that, or is that something that you do independent of that for your exam?
No, so this is something that I did for the paper.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's all exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
We're talking. Well, let's have a tune, Leo, because it is movie night.
So you mentioned She Sells Sanctuary by from Steve Prout.
From Steve Prout. This is from the Cult, the band, and the film, Leo, is Layer Cake.
Layer Cake,
Great
indeed.
movie.
Yeah, should we go for that one then?
Let's do that.
Okay then, well let's play that right now. Okay, well yeah, we are a little bit late
What a great
for this,
tune. And Scarlett's done TrakLink as well, and it's a movie-based TrakLink, Scarlett.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
So whatever you're going to hear now on TrakLink for the course of the evening is there's in some way a connection.
Yeah. So the three songs are connected in some way.
In some cinematic
movie
way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just fascinated. I'm having another lesson in
shorthand.
I'm having another lesson in shorthand while we're listening to the music. Because I was just saying, my mum used to do it, and Scarlett, you're saying it's Pitman's, and what's the other one?
T-line.
T-line, not key lime, as in the pie.
No, T-line.
T-line.
Yeah.
T-line short. T-line short.
Yeah.
Or you can have key lime shortcake or T-line shorthand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's mad. It's the ravings of a lunatic, Scarlett, but it's brilliant.
It takes up a lot of time.
Shout out
So
to Tony.
I can imagine, and then like I say, it's the reading it back.
Yeah.
So
Shout out
what's
to
your
Tony
first track
Black,
then?
by the way. Before you get there, shout out to Tony Black. He's just sent it in saying, not wanting to brag or anything, but I once typed 100 words in a minute with one hand blindfolded.
Oh wow.
Oh, did he? I'm not surprised. I mean, we are talking about Tony Black.
Of course he did. So go and add, what is your first track link?
So my first track link is Low by Flow Rider.
And which film was that from?
It's
Oh,
Well, you
from...
can't
Wait,
say
hold
because
on
it's
a second.
TrakLink.
Okay, no, am I
Okay, no,
supposed to keep it
yeah,
secret?
okay, no, yeah, we'll keep that a secret. Okay,
Secret.
that's kind of the point of it, isn't it? Okay, so that first track link is Flow Rider with Low featuring T-Pain.
Featuring T-Pain.
Yeah, let's go for it. There you go, that was your first.
That's my job, Leo.
Yeah. I'm surprised I'm getting it right.
The TrakLink button. Yeah, it's going alright, isn't it?
So I was just grooving out there with the rave lights going on in here.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it comes through that well on the camera, but yeah.
This is quite nice in here.
I like it.
We're not constrained by headphones. It feels like
No.
we're just sitting in here and having a
Having
bit
a
of a chat. I loved it when you first walked in. Then you just like all the lights. Oh my god! I'm like,
Under pressure. Like I'm being interviewed. Like.
what's going on? Yes, so tell me about your new book. But you just don't write it in shorthand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. No, that's good. So that's first track link. So this could all be from one film. They could all be the producers. They could all be connected. But this will be a movie themed track link. Shall we have another tune? Then do our multiple choice movie quiz. So there's no excuse for us all, even between us, getting full marks tonight on the movie quiz.
Yeah.
So this will be for our Morzim bass player, Richard, has chosen a song. I've not heard this. It's Ryex featuring Frank Weideman, and the song is called Howling, and it's from Taken 3, the Liam Neeson film. It's a really nice piece of music, but I'd not heard it until he'd sent it through. You not heard of Ryex?
No, I don't think I've even seen Taken Through.
No, I've seen Taken 1 and I've seen Taken 2. He said he was so, pun intended, taken with the soundtrack of this movie that he spent about the last 20 minutes playing it again and then searching through to find out who actually did it.
Have you seen the Nicolas Cage rip-off of that?
Of Taken?
Yeah.
No.
Honestly, I think it's called.
Is it
it's
called Give 'em Back?
It's called Stolen. It's called Stolen, right? And it's basically exactly the same story. His kid gets kidnapped, right? But he's like an ex-con that has to go back on the job and rob gold from a bank. And honestly, the way they go about it is so hilarious. It's typical Nick Cage, but like they drill under the bank and then drill up into the hole in the top. And I think they use acid or something to melt the gold to make it all drip down into the sewers into a bag, which they then just carry off. And it's like, dude, you've just melted like several thousand pounds in weight of gold. Like that ain't just going into a soccer bag and getting carried away.
So are you telling me, Leo, that out in movie world, a couple of really creative people came up with some really good ideas, moved them forward, had a really good marketing idea and several very good ideas, and then somebody else jumped on the back of that and tried to produce a cheap sort of copycat version?
Oh, you wouldn't have thought so, would you? But
you wouldn't have thought anything like that would ever happen, Scarlett, would you? I am taken aback.
Have you not heard of The Asylum? the films by The Asylum are always on Sci-Fi Channel or Legend or horror. So basically they make their business out of War of the Worlds, I think was the first major one, where they released a version of War of the Worlds on like $100 at the same time. And they've built and built and built to the point where I think they are the guys that produced Sharknado. And there's like 6 of those. There's at least 6 of those films, which
there's a classic.
Fantastic.
I wouldn't have thought blatant plagiarism would exist in today's society. I mean, I just don't know what goes through people's minds to jump on the bandwagon. As I say, totally taken aback, Leo. But have you got the tune queued up?
Yeah, I have indeed. So we're ready to go. Let's
have a quick listen to that, and then we're going to come back, Scarlett and Leo, and we're going to do the quiz.
Yes.
The quiz.
So here we go.
That's a good tune.
Yeah, banger. I like that. It's very peaceful and sublime. I think it's rather lovely.
I think it's one of those ones you can imbibe. So that's from Taken 3, the Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah, not the Nick Cage rip-off.
Can you see the trumpet fanfare, Leo?
No.
God.
No, can't see it.
I don't know. You pay peanuts to get monkeys, Scarlett.
No, I can't see that at all.
Okay,
no,
Leo, have you got a pen in there?
Yeah, probably. It's all right, I've got Notepad. I can use Notepad.
You've got a pen? We can share my pen.
Oh, okay.
Because I've lost my pencil.
Are you sat on it?
So we are... Could be, couldn't I?
Could be.
We are going to do
No.
a quiz.
It's gone.
And this quiz this week isn't set by Rufus Periwinkle, because Rufus Periwinkle's had a day off of doing quizzes. So this is actually set by my wife Andrea. And she's done it as multiple choice because she says she's fed up of us not getting them right, basically. so fair play.
Are they multiple choice and one of them is what's your name?
Funnily enough, that's question A, but then Scarlett would get it wrong if she put Leo. There's 7 questions.
Okay.
It's an extended quiz tonight, so we'll read them out, we'll write our answers down, and then we'll move on with another piece of music.
Okay.
Question number 1. Which movie stars Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet as a broken up couple who seek to erase memories of one another? Is it A, Memories? Is it B, It Had to Be You? Is it C, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? Or is it D, Equals? Well, we've already not got 7 out of 7.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
Write down what you think.
I like that question.
I'm gonna go with.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Wait, is it A, B, C, or D?
It's A, B, C, or D.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with that. Question number 2. What is the highest grossing movie of all time?
Oh, I know this one. I even looked it up.
A, Titanic. B, what if it's not on the list?
I
know this. Oh no, it's not there.
Is that taking into account inflation?
Of all time. A, Titanic.
But that has to. Does that take inflation into account? Because
can we turn Leo off in it? B, Avatar. C, Avengers Endgame. Or D, Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Oh.
Question. No, don't look at that.
Wait,
Don't go
I'm not
all.
looking- wait.
Don't go all
What was
because
it?
I might be wrong.
What was the options again? Okay. Oh wait,
Yeah.
no.
Oh.
no, I did write that wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Right, question number 3. Dracula was filmed in English during the day and in what other language at night? A. German, B. Swedish, C. French, or D. Spanish?
I want to go mad.
Hello, I am Dracula. Yeah, I like to eat the meatballs.
Yeah, exactamundo with the Nosferatu.
Sorry, what were the options again?
German, Swedish, French, or Spanish? A bit like taking your O levels.
Is that the Gary Oldman Dracula?
Don't know. It just says Dracula.
Come on, there's been so many Draculas. Like,
Yes,
it
but
could be
in
the
gen-
Hammer
in-
one, it could be the Universal one, it could be the
Could you
Fantastic
imagine being
one.
on a
Gary
quiz
Oldman.
team with Leo?
Which one? Yeah, but come on, like, which one do you mean?
Question number 4. In general, Leo, I think this is for all Draculas.
Well, I'm pretty sure that it's Romanian in the Gary Oldman one. So that wouldn't be any of
Power
those.
supply to those
Turn it
speakers,
off.
Scarlett.
That would be a bit. Oh,
Right.
I'm gone.
Question number 4. Which singer starred alongside Steve Martin in 2006's remake of The Pink Panther?
Oh, good.
Was it A. Beyonce, B. Britney Spears, C. Rihanna, or D. Mariah Carey?
Oh god.
Oh,
I don't
crikey
know. I'm gonna
blimey.
guess.
I'm going to have a guess at that as well.
What year was it?
2006.
And the options were Beyonce, Rihanna. Who were the other two?
Beyonce, Britney, Rihanna, and Mariah Carey.
Okay.
Okay. Question number 5. What item is in every... Oh! What item is in every Fight Club scene? Is it A, a Coca-Cola can? Is it B, a Starbucks cup? C, a Dunkin' Donut? Or D, a Pepsi bottle? That's a good
Oh, I
question.
have heard of this one.
Oh, I think I've heard something, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to have a guess, though. I think it's that. So it's a Coke can, Starbucks cup, Dunkin' Donut, or a Pepsi bottle. Question number 6. How old was Stockard Channing when she played high school student Rizzo in Greece?
Way too old, I think is the correct answer to that.
Well, they are all a bit older. It's A, 27, B, 33, C, 35, or D, 20. Crikey,
I know which
blimey.
one it definitely ain't. Oh wow, that's a great one.
These are good questions.
Yeah.
And question number 7. You got one for that, Scarlett?
Yeah.
And question number 7. Which famous Pulp Fiction scene... Oh my... What? Which famous Pulp Fiction scene was filmed backwards? A. Vincent and Mia's dance scene. B. Mia's overdose scene. C. The Royale with cheese scene. Or D. The Ezekiel 25:17 scene.
That one's a bit obvious.
They are some good questions,
Yeah.
are they not?
I would say so. Yeah. Although that last one, I think is probably a little bit obvious.
Leo, whilst you're in there and you're on the keys, then do you want to talk
Yeah.
us into one of your tunes?
Yes, I shall do because I can see it right here.
And then I'm going to make
Right.
Scarlett write this entire quiz out in shorthand.
Yes.
In 60
Take-
words a
take
minute.
forever.
Excellent. So this one, this was my choice. I had so many that I kind of wanted to choose, but it had to be this one in the end. Anyone remember The Fifth Element?
The Fifth Element, is that a sci-fi film?
Yes, it starred Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich. It was
That's
one of her
right.
first sort of major starring roles as Lilu, and she had a multipass.
I've not seen it,
No.
but I'm familiar with it. I think they did a series of video games as well.
I think there was a video game,
Yeah.
it starred obviously Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich, and Gary Oldman once again in another fantastic role as Zog. It's well worth watching. It has fashion design by Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Oh,
If you
okay.
remember that, and it was directed by His name's just gone. So I'll just lead into the tune. The middle of the film features a performance by a space alien diva, played by the director's wife. And this tune right here is a blink and you miss it one, right? This is a banging tune right here. This is the Diva Dance.
Oh, so hang on a minute then, Leo. We haven't got much time to think about the answers then, so this is like kill or cure.
Well, I will go into another one straight after that, so you've got a little bit of time, because this one is literally a short one. I think.
Well, no, I mean, let's just go straight into it, because you've either got your A, B, C or D, or you haven't you?
All right, then. Well,
and then we'll do the answers, and then we'll be back round to Scarlett's TrakLink again.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, then. So this is the Diva Dance from The Fifth Element. And there you go.
That's good.
That's a banger right there, isn't it? Now, the shame is it hasn't got the beginning bit. We did talk about this when I texted it to you, is that like for some reason they keep cutting off, but the first minute of it is actually just her singing classical music.
Oh, okay.
And then it breaks down into that halfway through. But fantastic song, wonderfully produced. Great performance in the film as well. Well worth watching. Check out The Fifth Element. It's I know sci-fi is not your thing, but this is more hilarious comedy. Like there are so many great comedy scenes, like when Bruce Willis, someone tries to jack him out his house, and he has one of those Ring doorbells, you know, you can see the video on. But the guy's thought about this. He took a photo of outside the guy's door and taped it to his head. So he's looking through, he just sees the hallway and opens the door and the dude's there with it taped to his head.
We were getting a bit jiggy in there. That's quite funky. It's got a beat.
Yeah, it's a fantastic track. And you remember at the Lisgard show when they complained it was too loud, like and raucous. That's what I started playing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the classical bit. It's like you can't complain about classical music, can you?
No, you can't really. Scarlett's going to read out the answers to the quiz, Leo. You very temptingly put us a Tipple of the Week snowball in here without a bottle opener.
And it's just no, the bottle opener's on the keys, man.
Keys.
And the keys are in the door. It's like a lock room mystery, Scarlett. So the bottle's on the side, the keys are in the door, the key opener's in. You've got to answer the quiz to reach the door to get the bottle opener to have a drink.
Well, if you want to start doing,
we were just talking about I'm a Celebrity, weren't we?
Love I'm Song.
That's great, isn't it?
Great.
Who do you want to win?
See, I want to say Matt Hancock. I know. I'm so bad.
Say it then.
He's so bad, but I do. He's quite funny.
He is quite
like
funny, isn't
robot.
he? You're very controversial though,
I know,
saying Matt Hancock, you see.
It's not,
Mind you, you're a news hound, you work in the press, you can be controversial.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
remit.
Yeah.
You can get away with that. Right. Are you ready, Scarlett? I don't know that I am.
Ready.
Do you just want to remind us very, very quickly as you read the answers as well, just to remind us what the questions are? I don't know what I'm going to get here. You ready, Leo?
What?
Ready for the answers?
Yes.
Okay, so
Let's go.
question 1. Which movie stars Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet as a broken up couple who seek to erase memories of one another? Shall I read out the...
No, but what's the answer?
The answer was C, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yes!
that was one I said.
What did you get, Scarlett? Have you got that?
C.
Yes!
Yay, I did.
Yes, we all got that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
give yourself a tip.
awesome, wicked.
And question number 2 was?
Question number 2. What is the highest grossing movie of all time? It is B, Avatar.
Yes!
Really?
I got that one, Scarlett. Got that one, Leo?
No, I went for Avengers Endgame.
Oh, I think it's that second, I think.
Damn.
Number 3. Dracula was filmed in English during the day and in what other language at night?
A, German.
I went for German.
Ooh.
Oh.
D, Spanish.
Oh, no.
I'll put German.
Oh, we all went for German.
I'd love to know what version that is.
Yeah, don't know. The Spanish version, Leo.
Yeah.
El Dracul.
Yeah.
Question 4. Which singer starred alongside Steve Martin in 2006 remake of the Pink Panther?
Beyonce.
I went for Beyonce.
A.
Beyonce.
Hey.
Who did I put? Britney Spears.
Oh.
Well.
5.
Oh, no, that was wrong. Not tick. Give myself ticks. Right, question 5. What item is in every Fight Club scene?
I went for Dunkin' Donut.
Starbucks cup.
Starbucks cup.
Yes.
Oh,
I haven't watched that film
I'm
enough.
rocking. It's about time because Leo, last week we both got 0, didn't we?
Yeah.
Number 6. How old was Stockard Channing? Is it Channing?
Yeah.
Channing, yeah.
Channing.
Yep.
When she played high school student Rizzo in Greece.
Old enough to own Moses, a fiver.
is B33.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
went
what I
for D.
went
I
for.
haven't put an answer down
I
for
put
7. What was
35.
question 7?
7. Which famous Pulp Fiction scene was filmed backwards?
Oh, that's I didn't know, so I'm going to have a mad guess because they could be any, to be fair to
I
me.
got that wrong.
I got Stockard Channing wrong.
So 7. Yeah, which famous Pulp Fiction scene was filmed backwards?
Mia's overdose.
It was Mia's overdose
Which
scene.
is-
Yeah.
B.
I guessed, and I got
Oh.
B.
Yay! There you go. Like, the reason I say that one's a pretty obvious one, right, is because the nature of it, where you have to stab her in the chest with an adrenaline pen. Yeah, that's something that you're probably going to do in reverse. You're not actually going to have someone stab them in the chest with an adrenaline pen.
Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. So then they filmed him just kind of like pulling away with the pen.
Yeah, really violently rather than stabbing it into her chest. Really
Oh,
violently.
that's quite clever. Because do you remember anybody watched Twin Peaks? Do you remember the dwarf who used to do all the backwards scenes?
Yeah, Twin Peaks is one of my absolute favourites. That's another one to check out, like Fire Walk With Me, Twin Peaks, and Twin Peaks The Return. If you watch Twin Peaks The Return, that is a great series. There's some interesting stuff in that.
And of course, we're doing Movie Week, and nobody's chosen an Angelo Badalamenti song at all, which is a fantastic soundtrack from the first Twin Peaks.
Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah.
But anyway, Leo, it's got to be time for TrakLink.
Oh, I haven't
It
given you a
is.
track link.
Which means that Scarlett's got to come scurrying in and give you her second TrakLink. We're being drip-fed TrakLink because Scarlett reckons if she gave them all away to start with, we'd guess it straight away.
Yeah. Here we are. So if I search.
That's a very, very good quiz. Thank you for that quiz, Andrea. That's brilliant. It does make it a little bit easier being multiple choice, but they were very, very good questions. They're still difficult.
Yeah.
Even with the multiple choice, because I was saying to Scarlett, the trick with the multiple choice is you know the answer and you have to kind of disguise it with 3 so similar answers that then the real answer is well hidden, isn't it?
Yeah. It is actually quite tricky to do these without being too obvious or too obscure as I do all the time. But this, do you want to introduce what this next track link is then?
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Wait.
I was going to say, so by magic, Scarlett's reappeared in the guest suite.
So this is Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger.
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry, what was the first one again? So
First one was Low by Flo Rida.
Excellent. Okay, so coming up now, Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger.
Right,
And we're
okay,
back.
for all those people watching, Scarlett's going to hold up the answer to TrakLink in front of the camera.
It's written in
So-
shorthand. Wait.
So if anybody can read shorthand, guys, that's your answer. We got one more track to play, but that's the answer.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So we should just briefly say before we get into that time of night, Leo, that is Tipple of the week, and we've got snowballs and popcorn in here.
Yeah.
So we've got Tipple and snack.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I've
sweet.
Of the week.
got my bowl right here. Yeah.
Scarlett did very kindly get us a column in the Cornish Times,
Yeah.
which has been great fun. Little known fact, when I came out of school, sixth form, I went for a couple of interviews to try and get onto a newspaper. I just always fancied doing something sort of newspaper-y.
Editorial. Oh, look, there it is.
When I came out of school, needless to say, I didn't get in. Oh,
Bless you.
got a sneeze there. I didn't get in, but finally, at the age of 53,
You're in.
we're writing a
You're
column in
in.
the newspaper.
There it is.
And which one's that one now?
That's the gig guide.
Oh, that's the gig guide. Yeah, because you've got a gig guide in there as well, and it's your editor Zoe. I guess you took the idea to.
I did, yeah. I asked Zoe and she was quite happy to do it, yeah. It was originally a bigger piece.
The gig guide was the first gig guide was fantastic.
Yeah. That was when we did the events guide.
Yeah.
Because that was a pull-out page of the paper, so there was already events of different things. That were in
And
there.
is that not a thing that they do monthly?
They do it. I think the last one they did was actually quite a few years ago. I don't really know. I think it's gonna become a regular thing now.
Yeah.
I don't know about monthly, but I think it's gonna be more like, I don't know, 6 monthly sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say our first one was a really nice half-page thing with the cut-out lines and everything. But we've now got the Copley Arms at Hessenford are now on board, so our gig guide is growing.
Getting bigger and bigger.
So we do need to ask Zoe
some more
for more
space.
space, don't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, you've been doing it for a while though, Scarlett, haven't you? The newspaper thing, and we're just saying you're up to your neck in it. Well, you're actually probably now up to your forehead in exams because you just keep taking exams. You love exams, don't you?
No, I hate exams.
Well, you keep taking them though.
Yeah, I don't have any choice.
You keep doing different courses and just.
Yeah. So I've just done court reporting. I've got a public affairs exam in December. Which is just
Public affairs. What?
Public affairs is basically how the country is run. So it's like
So
government.
you do an exam in
So
that.
what?
Yeah.
Badly.
Huh?
Badly. How the country's run. Like repeatedly just write badly on a page.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of times.
And again, is that for journalism?
So it's for I'm an apprentice. So it's for my apprenticeship.
Okay.
So I have to do a 1 day a week course with a college. So my college is Darlington College.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
is like miles away.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I have to do that and then I have my exams along with that. So, yeah.
Okay, so you've got that exam.
So I've taken media law, court reporting, essential journalism, shorthand if I get there, public affairs and video journalism.
But also, notwithstanding the fact, Scarlett, that you did a photography degree.
Yeah. So
As well.
I sort of do that as well.
You are literally the all singing, all dancing media package, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got to go to the school's cross country tomorrow to take pictures.
Okay, which school?
It's the Land Hydrock cross country. So it's like all the primary schools, they all go down to Land Hydrock and do a cross country run. So I've got to go down there and take pictures of that.
Do you when you go out and do that, Scott, do you take the photos and then you do the column as well, or do you hand that over to another writer?
It depends. Usually I get something sent in to me from somebody.
Okay. And you accompany it with the
and
shots.
I sort of do the pictures, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And Zach's going in the Cornish Times?
Yeah, it should be in next week.
And do you do any freelance stuff for other newspapers as well, or solely your work is the Cornish Times?
No, it's sort of solely just the Cornish Times, really.
Okay. You'll be owning you'll be taking over. You'll be editor in chief or whatever the topic. I don't know how.
Hopefully.
Leo, do you know how high you go in a newspaper?
I think editor in chief is
I
pretty
got that
damn
right.
high,
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yay! Pretty. That wasn't in a bloody quiz.
I did like that article on the petrol.
Oh yeah, that was a good
that
one.
was hilarious as well because I go into the Morrison's petrol station to get my copy, and when I went in, like the woman knows as well, like so she's like, "Oh, buy another copy for your article, right?" I'm like, "Yeah," and this time I go and she goes, "Hey, we made the front page," and smiles at me. I was like, "Oh, lovely, good work, I guess."
That was really good.
Didn't really make the front page for the right reasons though. It was expensive petroleum.
Exactly.
It's because basically Morrison's were charging a lot more money for their fuel than other local
I read that
fuel
story. I read
stations.
it, and people were going to Callington apparently to fuel
Yeah,
up, and then they were deciding, well, we might as well just do our shopping in Callington, and then go back to Liscard. Because one of the things that Leo and I are trying to do is we've done a little thing called Living Liscard, where we walked around, and we're trying to do another one this weekend, and we're going to take some photos of the shops hopefully and some of the owners and say, there's some great opportunities. Bookshop, Jack's bookshop, the ordinary bookshop, there's the florist, there's the gift shop, there's a lot to do, but I don't think anybody necessarily promotes it. And the problem is with Morrison's is then they're sending exactly the wrong message of go out of town. And
They have, I think, since decreased their prices of fuel. Because they said to me that they would look to decrease their prices, and I think they have now.
Did you write that story?
Yes.
God,
I did. I'm so surprised Morrison's even got back to me because I was expecting them just to not say anything.
Yeah.
But they did. They were like, no, we are looking to decrease. It's all based on competition in the area.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's only Addington, but Addington price match Morrison's basically.
Okay.
So I think they're like a penny under. But because there's no other fuel stations, they don't have... They can
Which is actually just the lamest excuse in the world.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that is basically a response saying, yeah, we're profiteering.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. You just have to deal with it, I've actually got, there's something else that turned up that a good lady driver mentioned the other day as well. I think we could possibly mention that a little bit later in our last little feature before we go. I'll bring that up.
Well, we better crack on with Tipple and Snack of the Week.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's that there. Here you go, Scarlett.
Thank you very much.
I just had to run upstairs to get another bottle opener because I forgot we've only got one down.
You turn that upside down.
You're supposed to do that.
Are you?
I don't know.
I thought that was Orangina.
I don't know.
This is a snowball, which is lemonade, advocaat, and lime.
Are you supposed to be upside down?
I don't know.
I've done the same now. So it's not super fizzy.
Yeah.
I don't think it is fizzy. It's
Like the
just
cider we had last week, Scarlett, they exploded.
Yeah. Ooh, crikey.
Holy-
Try the other bottle opener. That one's a little bit.
Festival
Oh wow!
Tuesday, that's a
You
toughie.
two are
This
doing
reminds me
really
of
well with that
Christmas.
bottle opener. Honestly, that bottle opener is an absolute nightmare to use. And
I'm there.
okay, hold on. I'm just
Have a
gonna
glass.
hold on a second. I'm just gonna kill C for a second. I'll just do this one on the.
Oh,
mic
okay,
here.
let's have a listen.
See what this one sounds like. Ooh, did you hear that?
I did hear that.
Yeah, that actually came through on the foldback.
Isn't it funny? How do you like a snowball, Scarlett?
I do. It's a
you
Christmas.
like-
It's a Christmas drink.
Isn't
Yeah.
it very? Because we said as we get closer, we must look at some snowballs and porters and things like that.
Well, Good
you?
Brewery, seeing as you mentioned that, Neil, Good Brewery have just unleashed a black edition for the winter months, which has a black IPA, an oatmeal stout, and a espresso stout in it.
Lovely.
So next time you're down Troll Trader, right, boys,
I shall
we'll be
get
very,
in.
very happy. Yeah, we'll be very happy to review those for Christmas.
I get to Troll Trader every single day.
Whoa, you check the nose on that.
It's nice.
It
That's
kind
a very nice snowball. There's not much you can say about a snowball. I mean, it tastes of Christmas. You wouldn't be caught dead drinking a snowball in the summer, would you?
It kind of smells like Milky Bar.
It does. Yes, it does. Kind of tastes like Milky Bar, to be fair.
Man, that's pretty fizzy. That's got a hell of a head on that.
Whilst we're imbibing, Leo, my favourite film ever to this day is the John Landis film American Werewolf in London.
Ah,
Absolutely love that film, and I've put my choice in this evening. We're joined now. I think Monty, Tom, and Sarah are joining us as from 8, so we've got their choices in as well. Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival was my choice. So whilst we're having a little tipple, American Werewolf in London, fantastic film for anybody who hasn't seen it. It's one of those films now you might see it and say it's a little bit dated because there's no, what's it called? You know, there's no CGI and stuff.
No.
It's
I
all.
would argue that makes it better. In
Yes,
fact, do you
it-
remember,
it-
you remember the kids that came in? Do you remember the singer and the conversation we were having with him about how if they've kept their VHS tapes and he prefers the VHS and
Yes.
the old stuff than
Yeah.
he does to the modern CG and DVDs and stuff. So.
CGI works too quick for my brain, but when American Werewolf came out, this whole change scene of the werewolf, I think it's about 5 minutes or so in total, was absolutely so ahead of its time, and it's still fantastic to this day. And I think one of my favourite little bits in the film, I mean, it's all fantastic. There's a cameo by Rick Mail, there's so many little cameos in there, is literally when the warehouse, the werewolf is stalking through the
warehouse is stalking. That reminds me of Brass Eye with the school stalking down the street.
with a tube mare. He's having a tube mare. The werewolf is stalking through the underground, and that chap just looks up and he sees the werewolf coming and he goes, "Good Lord."
Yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely love it.
You know what music video that led to, right?
What, the American Werewolf in London?
Yeah.
Well, the American Werewolf, the follow-up in Paris was the Bush used that as a video.
Yeah, but the director went on to direct a very, very, very famous music video by a very, very, very famous musician.
Oh, let us have a think about that when you play it, Leo. Don't give that away.
then,
We'll
there
come
you
back
go,
to
there's a little
that.
Brucey bonus point one there. So, yeah, you can have a think about that while we listen to Bad Moon Rising, yeah?
Excellent. Chin chin.
Yeah,
Or
chin chin. And,
Chin chin and
enjoy
chin
the drinks,
chin.
And we will be back after this fantastic tune.
we're into the popcorn over here, sweet and salty.
Lovely.
I've got mine on in here as well.
It's a nice popcorn, that. It's sweet and salty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, right, Leo. So John Landis directed that film. You reckon he went on to direct a famous music video? We've given up. We can't think of who.
Really? It was voiced by Vincent Price.
Oh, Thriller. Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
Absolutely, the transformation
Oh,
scene.
that makes sense.
So Michael Jackson saw the film and he was so enamoured by it, he got onto him and said, "You gotta do that for me. You gotta turn me into an 8-year-old boy. No, sorry, you gotta turn me into a zombie." And yeah, sure enough, along he went and he turned him into a zombie. Have you watched that video?
Thriller?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, but how creepy is it though? Like,
It's
there's
supposed to
something
be
about
creepy.
That's the whole point.
Do you remember The Way You Make Me Feel?
Yeah.
That was
Do you remember the
creepy.
video for? Yeah, now that was creepy, right? Where he's stalking some chick in the street,
Yeah.
and then he starts like dancing with his buddies and like humping the floor, dry humping the street, right? Then you've got Thriller, and like that whole thing is like, "Oh, I'm not quite what you think I am. I'm different inside and all this creepy stuff, and the girls are all like, oh, he's so hot. It's like, no, this dude's like crazy and weird. Get away while you still can. Like, turning into the zombie was the improvement.
Oh,
but there you go, you got that right.
Hopefully, Leo, Mrs. Monty and Monty Tom have joined us after 8 o'clock.
Yep.
And they've both, in our movies night, got a tune. Sarah's chosen the opening titles to Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, lovely.
What a great film that is. And Monty Tom, there's one in there by Moby. Is it something to do with the hand of God?
God moving over the face of the something.
God moving, from the film
Face of the Waters.
Heat.
Oh, right, from Heat. Right.
Yeah, that's from Heat. But so, I mean, I've not seen Heat. Have you seen Heat, Scarlett?
I don't think so.
Have you seen Crocodile Dundee?
I've seen Crocodile Dundee.
Isn't Crocodile... Aren't there some movies that are just brilliant?
I wasn't torn as well for my song, Indiana Jones.
Oh,
the theme tune to Indiana Jones.
I watched Crocodile Dundee again not so long ago. I think it came on the Disney Channel or on Netflix or something, and I thought, haven't seen that film for years.
Really? You can't be watching ITV every 3 weeks then.
No, well, Scarlett and I have also had this conversation. We don't do any live TV.
Yeah, to be honest, I do it very rarely. You know what I've been watching? The X-Files.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do live TV, Celebrity Bake Off, and I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Oh, jeez.
I'm a Celebrity. I've seen The Crown.
Crown is so good.
Why did you check your watch then? Like, have you seen The Crown? Let me just check my watch. Yes, I've seen The Crown.
No, I was just checking my watch when I was talking about I'm a Celebrity, because of course it's on every. It's on
I
at
thought
9
you were
o'clock.
looking at your little television watch like Tom Hanks has in Dragnet.
No, it's on at 9 o'clock, so people can tune in and listen to us for 2 hours, and they still don't even cut into their I'm a Celebrity time.
Damn, we'll have to do something about that.
Who directed? Who's in Crocodile Dundee? Paul Hogan and. Can you see the girl?
Okay, look, who do most people think is in it? Right, because I bet you most people will say Kathleen Turner.
No, it's not Kathleen Turner. She was the Romancing the Stone.
Yes, very good. I'm glad.
But there is that bit. You saying I've just checked my watch. There's that great bit in Crocodile Dundee, isn't it? When he checks his mate's watch, Wally, and then he looks up at the sun and he goes, "It's about 10 o'clock," and he's just checked Wally's watch, hasn't he?
Yeah. But no, that is a really good question. Come on, who played Sue Charlton, the love interest of Paul Hogan, Crocodile Dundee?
Shall we play the opening credits for Sarah, Mrs. Monty, and we'll have a think about that one there. And anybody who knows, get in on the chat room and send us the answer.
Yeah, so we're going to go for the Crocodile Dundee one.
There's a bit of didgeridoo in this.
Yeah, I probably should have been queuing that up rather than...
A bit more like maybe in your Michael Jackson videos, Louis. There's a bit of didgeridoo.
Yeah, well, I mean, Michael Jackson was a whole bunch of didgeridoo. So on that note...
Hey, look, there we are. We've got him on.
Yeah. Excellent. On that note, let's have our...
Hey, you look really good in the room, Scarlett. I look terrible.
Oh, you're checking yourself out on the live stream.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really at home in here. It's really cosy.
I like that.
Yeah, well, to be honest, it's quite cosy in here as well because I get to sit in my usual seat rather than the other one.
I don't know whether it's working for the people at home or whether they like it, but it's quite nice.
I like it.
Yeah, it's comfy.
Like a little chat room.
Oh,
we need something on the back wall.
We do need to get some movie posters up.
Yes. Yeah, well, we've got Dr. No just behind you, but unfortunately that fell down the other week, so I need to quickly repair the framing, get that back up.
And Dawn Lee is guest at Tom Cruise for the TrakLink. We've got another TrakLink coming up after the Crocodile Dundee credits, which will be the last one.
Yep. So, well, as time's pressing on, let's get on with the Crocodile Dundee and think about who played Sue Charlton, yeah?
Is Dawn Lee warm or cold, Scarlett? Or you're not going to give it away?
I'm not going to give it away.
Okay. Let's have a bit of croc.
Yeah.
Okay, Crocodile Dundee, here we go.
That's great. I was just saying to Scarlett, I saw Crocodile Dundee Part 2 at the cinema.
Oh
wow, that must have been quite fun.
And it made me feel a bit... I do not do heights. We were talking about I'm a Celebrity. You know when they have to go out on the planks?
Yeah.
I'm sat on the sofa at home and I'm feeling really, really weird. I cannot do heights. And they've got a similar platform where you have to go to Eden Project and you walk out on those... Mm-hmm. I couldn't do it. My brain would not let my feet move any forward.
Do you remember when I went on Timor Bridge? At the top of Timor Bridge?
Oh, yes!
That was high.
Yes, we came out on the inside and went up to the top, didn't
so
you?
you go up the middle.
Did you get pictures and stuff from there?
Yeah, so you go up the middle and you go up one of the towers and it's ladders that are like basically vertical. So you go up and then there's like a little platform, then it like goes the other way.
I
And
couldn't
you have
do
to
that.
like clipped in, and then you get to the top and there's like this walkway, but it's mesh, so you can just see straight down. And then you can go up again, and there's like another little area you can go and stand, and then you can go and stand up right by the red light. You know, like
Yeah,
like
I
airplanes.
remember you doing that.
Yeah.
No, that was mad. Well, this is like that stuff at the Eden Project, and you're right, you can see through.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to see Crocodile Dundee at the cinema, you know that bit when it goes around the
Yeah,
outside of the
yeah.
building, I felt really funny in this, because in the cinema, you imagine the big screen, and then he kind of slips, doesn't he? And it's like he's going to fall. Made me feel really weird. Yeah, I don't do
Vertigo.
heights. What do you like with heights, Leo?
Not so great. I used to do rock climbing with
Oh, that's not
scouts.
good if you don't like heights.
Well, I used to love it, but I took a drop, and ever since then, it was quite a serious one as well. It was quite a distance down a cliff. So since then, I haven't been able to really do heights at all. I get like, you know what's weird? I think it's more just the sensation of the wind rushing against your face. That's the thing, like, I fear, like, more than hitting the ground or anything like that. Like, even if I go up in a big wheel or something, for some reason my psyche just starts remembering the wind on your face as you're falling, like, 70 foot, so...
Didn't somebody say, somebody's classic quote was they said something about it's not the fall that kills you, it's hitting the ground.
Yeah.
But no, it's I do remember you going up and doing that.
Yeah.
That whole high thing up there. Was that something for the paper?
Yeah, that was in I think it was my second week at the paper.
Right, you're going
And they
up
were
the-
like, you're going up the Tamar Bridge. Because nobody else wanted to do it.
Yeah, oh, that's fine on the Tamar Bridge. No, up inside the.
And then we went under as well. So there's like a walkway underneath.
That's awful.
Which
That
was-
gantry. Oh,
Which was probably worse because it was just a skinny little walkway. And it was mesh, so you could see straight down. But you weren't clipped in or anything. And it was literally just handles and like a walkway.
that's
all the way
mad.
along.
But then you did also. Scarlett's just like done everything. You did a season at Adrenaline Quarry.
Yeah,
With the
yeah.
zip wire and all
That was
the.
on the water park.
Right.
So I wasn't up high, I was just lifeguarding on the water
I
park.
really want to try that out. That looks super fun.
You should be one of the. You know when they have these. Who springs to mind for me is Helen Skelton from Blue
Oh, yeah.
Peter,
Yeah.
who was on this year's Strictly, wasn't she? Helen Skelton. But she's like the action girl that in Blue Peter. If anybody had to like, somebody needs to go and wrestle with a polar bear, and
Yeah.
Helen's like, "I'll do it."
Yeah.
That you
That's
are
me.
the Helen Skelton of the Cornish Times.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Should have a little blue badge.
You
I need
should.
like
Yeah.
a little.
You know, I've got one. I've got a Blue Peter badge.
No way.
I've got a Blue Peter badge as well. Yeah.
It's the Jim will fix it badge you don't want.
Yeah. Oh god, there's a story about that.
No,
I can't.
but we have-
I
but
can't
Leo-
tell it here. I
Oh,
genuinely
God.
can't. I'll have to tell you that off air. 'Cause
Yeah, I was going to say we haven't got time. Strangely.
Yeah. Funnily enough.
Should
by
we
the
do
way,
our last track link for Scarlett then?
We will do in 1 second. I'm just mentioning that Dawn Lee has come in with an answer of who played the love interest in Crocodile Dundee, and of course it's correct.
Oh, of course it is. Linda Kozlowski.
There you go,
Oh, yeah.
Linda Kozlowski or Kozlowski, and honestly, Google exists, so well done, Dawn Lee.
That's course it is. Course it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. What
So-
you need to do,
It's
Scott,
like,
is you
Scott,
don't
you can
need
just
to
tell
be
me
going
on
out.
TrakLink as well.
You don't need to be going out covering things for the Times.
doing things.
You need to be doing things, and somebody
Making
else
the
is
news.
covering you.
Yeah, making the news.
And you could be like that, as I say. Do you remember? I can't think what his name is now. Andrea will know. On the
Phantom Van
BBC
Crasher
News.
terrorises Lisgard.
Yeah. They had Mike. He used to do the sport. The Mike with Charlie Staten and what was her name? Anyway, he was the guy who used to do the sport. But then it got more and more and more that if anything needed doing, they would stitch him up to do it. Do you remember? And he had to go bog snorkeling, and then he had to do swimming, and then he had to do some skydiving, and
Yeah.
that's
And now
you.
he has to
Me.
present breakfast. Oh god.
Hey.
Now he has to present breakfast. Oh god.
Yeah, but that's what you should be doing. There you go. You should be all action. Action
woman.
Scarlett.
Action
Yeah,
woman.
so it is about time for the last track link. So if you just tell it to me, that's right, just tell it to me, I can pop it in.
Baby Did a Bad Thing by Chris Isaac.
Love Chris Isaac.
See if you get it.
A Bad Thing by Chris Isaac.
Did I look really startled? Then I went, and then I watched myself back. Look, and I'm delayed.
Oh yeah.
But you're laughing at it late.
Yeah, like,
We're like a spaghetti western when it's all badly synced.
Okay. So, if everyone's ready for your last...
That's loud.
That is quite loud, isn't it? I can turn that down a little bit for you there. There we go. go. Still getting used to this fold back thing. It's the first time we've done it, but
He's nothing without me, Scarlett. It's like an amateur, isn't he, in there?
oh, terrible. Well, I've also got like extra mic stuff to turn on and off as well. But nonetheless, we are going to go to this last track. Can you remind us of the first two again before we go to this one?
There was Low by Flo Rida, and
Bob Seger's Old Time Rockin'.
Old Time Rock and Roll.
Old Time Rock and Roll.
Excellent.
Almost.
And this last one here for your last track link is going to be Baby Did a Bad Thing by Chris Isaac. And there you go. That was your third track link. And we're back in the room.
That's a very good tune.
Yeah, bad to the bone, baby. Quick shout out as well while I'm here to our new follower, Hammond, you idiot. Hammond, you idiot, is now following us. Thank you very much. And don't forget, people, you can follow us too at fm.fluidrecords.co.uk, vision.fluidrecords.co.uk, twitch.tv/Phluid Vision, and our new handle at YouTube, youtube.com/@Phluid Vision. There you go.
And if you want to look fly on the street with some apparel, where would you get that, Leo?
You would get it at our merch store at fluidrecords.co.uk/merch, and you'll also find our newly updated Phluid Records front page there as well, which I just whopped up there last night. It's looking a lot more streamlined, a lot easier. There's one place you have to go to get all your Phluid Records goodness, whether that's Phluid FM, Phluid Vision, our videos, our radio, the photos, the gig guide. It's all right there at fluidrecords.co.uk.
Do you know what? We love the team down at the Cornish Times, but do you know what, Scarlett? Do you know what would set that entire team off a little bit better? It'd be like some sort of overarching corporate uniform with like angel wings.
Yeah. In different colours.
Yeah, in different colours.
Different styles. I think that would.
I think that'd be really good.
We'd look good in the office.
I think you would. I think they'd appreciate that. I think that Zoe, or the editor-in-chief indeed, should be rewarding all of his staff with a nice little stocking filler of a Phluid t-shirt.
Absolutely. It's getting cold out there. Those jumpers are really warm. They're really good. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, those hoodies, they are lovely. They're fleece-lined.
Ooh. Lovely.
Yeah.
They are absolutely delightful. They're a pleasure. They're a pleasure to wear, Scarlett.
Where's yours?
It's in the wash.
Yeah, mine's in the wash as well because last week I ejected an absolute buttload of cider all over myself.
They're that fizzy?
Yeah.
They were from Glasgow. They were lovely.
Honestly, we thought the butt cum was explosive, but this stuff like just.
Why did you say that when I just took a mouthful of...
Timing. I saw it on the camera. I thought, now's the time. Strike while the iron's hot, or while the advocate's in mouth.
Do you know what comedy is all down to? Timing and emphasis.
I've never met Tai Ming. It sounds like a lovely lady
Now,
from Thailand.
We're deciphering the runes of Scarlett's delightful shorthand here, and I've kind of now I know what the track link is because I've had a helping hand with that. Good grief! It's 8:50.
I know. The time runs pretty quick, doesn't it? Yeah, it goes quickly every week. We should turn it into a 4-hour show.
Now there's a Who track in that track link in that track listing, Leo.
There's a Who track, yeah.
For our good friend Robert for our good friend Robert J. Mack. And I am rocking the Robert. It's warm in here, so I might just get rid of that sweatshirt after you've belittled it, Scarlett. Where's yours? Quite right, I should be wearing it. I'm rocking my Robert J. Mack t-shirt, and Robert J. Mack's got a new single coming out in December, and he's hoping to zoom up on the show in December to talk about his tracks, his music, his songwriting, etc. And he's chosen for us a Who track from Quadrophenia.
Yes, the punk and the Godfather from Quadrophenia.
You've not seen that, so that's it's well
Have you seen
Mods and the Rockers?
Have you seen Blur's music video for Park Life?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you know the guy with the Cockney accent that's talking about being woken up rudely by the dustmen?
Yeah.
Phil Daniels.
He's the diamond geezer from Quadrophenia. He basically plays exactly the same character in that.
He's no relation to Helen Daniels from Neighbours.
Helen Daniels! I love Helen Daniels. Anyone out there that
I know, that's why I said it.
Wonder of Helen Daniels. You know, like we've been watching Neighbours back from the beginning since it finished for the last time. Yeah, we're on like episode 78 or something, right? And like Helen Daniels is just the most amazing character from start to finish. I was saying to Kat, I need to get like a little thing. You remember Batman 66 where it has the Batman logo like but with Helen Daniels' face as Helen Daniels.
Why didn't you choose the theme tune from Neighbours? Mind you, that's not a movie, is it? It's a soap.
No.
It should have been.
Neighbours the movie.
Yeah. Well, in a way, it kind of is. It just lasted like 30 years. If you put it all together, it's longer than the Godfather like director's cut.
Yeah, I guess these things, because it's like you kind of do think with those things, don't you? Like when EastEnders started, I was 16 when EastEnders started, right, and it's still going to this day, and you do kind of think to yourself, will it end?
No.
God, will it
Never.
end, please?
No, I mean, I think that when you watch it. I don't mean when you're just watching an episode and going, God, when will it end?
Yeah.
Please pass me another needle to stick through my eye.
Unfortunately, they peaked at Little Mo smacking out evil husband with that iron. Once they'd done that, you couldn't top that. That was the best thing. Trevor, yeah, nasty Trevor.
never even
Terrible
seen
Trevor.
You've never seen an episode?
I've seen it, but
lucky.
I've never sat down and watched it.
Do you know what I watched? I was waiting, because you were saying about watching live telly. I was waiting the other night for I'm a Celebrity.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't watch TV like that, and we don't really in our house watch much ITV. And I'd forgotten like what adverts were, and I'm watching this thing thinking, what are all these adverts? But people are so used to these adverts, and everything's Christmas. I've forgotten where I was going with this story now. It's gone off on a bit of a tangent. But, that's right, and I was waiting for I'm a Celebrity to come on, and Emmerdale was on.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Have you seen that?
No, I've seen it, but I've never
Farming
made a point to
drama.
watch it.
It's lots of drama down on the farm.
Well, yes and no, because going back along, it used to be called Emmerdale Farm, and it was about a farming community. But now it's just called Emmerdale. But anyway, I watched it, and I literally watched about 5 minutes of it, and I was like, who watches
My
this?
auntie watches
Oh,
Emmerdale,
does-
yeah. She loves it. Emmerdale, Coronation Street, EastEnders. She's like obsessed.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Because EastEnders is on four. I mean, we used to watch EastEnders. Going back along, we watched EastEnders, but it was only on like a couple of nights a week. But then it's very repetitive, because I guess there's only so far you can go with a script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember Casualty?
Yeah, Casualty was awesome.
I used to
Yeah.
watch a bit of that.
I particularly liked when they crashed the 747 into Casualty, into Holby City, which incidentally, the spin-off series Holby City was filmed in Bristol. I feature in that several times in outdoor shots walking to work.
Oh really?
Yeah,
No
it was
way.
hilarious. Yeah, they used to film several scenes in exactly the same place, just outside this church. And like, there's so many times that I was walking past, and then I go back and watch it like a few weeks later, and I just caught you see me just walking past in the background with my backpack on. Fantastic.
Yeah, Holby City. I remember Holby City. So there's a lot of these soaps, aren't there? There's too many.
In fact, Born to be Wild was the music that Charlie first appeared in episode 1 of Casualty. He comes driving over a hill in his Volkswagen Beetle with his leather jacket on, looking all young and cool except for his 80-year-old white hair, playing Born to be Wild. That was a great scene. Shout out to Monty Tom in the chat room as well. They were saying the Christmas lights in Bury St Edmunds were being turned on.
Lovely.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, we're going to play the Punk and the Godfather, and then Monty Tom has sent us in a Moby tune. So if we play this one and we have a little chit chat, we could play out on Monty Tom's tune, couldn't we?
We could do. Don't forget the gig guide as well, which should be there.
Oh no, I'm not saying we're going now, but let's have a little bit of of the Punk and the Godfather.
Yeah.
Quadrophenia again. I mean, it is. I know Scarlett's too young and she's not seen it. It's again one of those classics, isn't it?
It's a British sort of institution in a way. Yeah, it's what spawned the whole Britpop phase. It was entirely spun into that. So Oasis and Blur owe an awful lot to that film.
Scarlett's having a busman's holiday and reading her
I'm
own
gonna read.
column.
Oh, well, while you do that, let's have a little bit of The Punk and the Godfather by The Who.
Hey, Monty Tom. We're just saying, Leah, this is really nice. We're sat having a chat and then we hear you come and go, 30 seconds.
It's like being on the news.
It is, and then we go, and you're on in 5, 4.
Yeah,
And
it's
then they
great.
just do the fingers thing.
It's definitely interesting having a talk back button that actually works, because like we never had one in the last studio because it was all in one room. So yeah, made it kind of pointless. But yeah, no, it's good to have one that actually works.
It's nice being in this room though. I do like it. I do like it. I hope it's working at home for everybody, because this is where even when we haven't got guests today, I'm just coming in here.
Yeah, it's a good
Chat
fun.
show.
It's a good opportunity to get away from me.
Yeah.
It is like, it's nice, it's charming. Charmant.
Well, no, I said for you to get away from me.
Oh no, we don't need to get away from you. We're just discussing our newspaper again,
Your gig
Scarlett's.
guide.
The Cornish Times. Which Scarlett, what does the Cornish Times cover? Which towns and areas does it cover?
So the Cornish Times covers mainly Liskeard, obviously, but the main areas are Liskeard, Lou, and Saltash. They're sort of our like main three, but then it's like everywhere around those three main
like
areas.
the East Cornwall, because it doesn't go down as far as like Newquay or cover.
No,
anything
I think
that,
like the furthest we tend to go down is like Bodmin.
Yeah.
Sort of like Bodmin. We've got Foy, that sort of area, but we don't tend to go any further. We occasionally go Wadebridge, like Royal Cornwall Show, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. Do you get out and cover that?
No, I didn't this year. Somebody else went this year. I got to go to Launceston Show.
Okay.
Which was quite good.
Yeah.
Because then we've got the Cornish Devon Post, which is our other paper.
The Cornish Devon Post. Why are we not in the Cornish Devon Post?
That's Launceston area.
Can we get in there?
You could if you do Launceston things.
We can certainly put Launceston in the gig. I mean, the band that we reviewed in this week, Rude, they are from Launceston.
Actually, let me think. Are you in the CDP?
Rude are a Launceston band, which is this week's. That's why I said that we'll have to send them the live link. So Rude, if you're watching or listening, you are in this week. But
I do think that was in the Cornish Devon Post this week.
Okay.
I tend to just do more Cornish Times. I'm not really that involved. I am involved with CDP, but I tend to just stay in my
Interesting
area.
though. Yeah. But you get all these tasks to get sent out to go and cover things as well, which is good.
Yeah. I'm going to quite an interesting one next Thursday. So there's a charity called Project Earth, and they are going to be clearing some woodland at Highwood in Liskeard. I don't know where that is. It's a big woodland, and it's it's basically there for timber.
Okay.
So it's just full of whatever wood you have timber. Like
Probably pine.
really,
Is it spruce?
really tall.
Yeah, spruce and pine. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have anything on the trunks, and they have just the top.
Yeah.
So basically, that whole woodland is just full of those trees, and because they're like so dense, nothing can grow underneath them.
Okay.
So basically, this charity is going to go in starting on Tuesday to Wednesday. They're going to go and sort of clear some of the area of trees, so that
they thin it.
Yeah, so they're going to turn it back into its native.
Oh, okay.
So younger trees are native to this country can grow.
Brilliant. And then the flora and fauna whole ecosystem will come back. Is that got a tie-in at all to Eden Project then? That sounds quite Eden-y project, doesn't it?
They're like a project. That's what they do. They
Earth Project.
They plant trees and they sort of.
And when are you doing that?
So I'm going next Thursday to do a little video thing with them, but they're going to be there from Tuesday to Thursday.
And are you going to then put a little review of them in the paper as well?
Well, I'm
so
going
that we
to
can read about
try
that?
and do a video thing. So we're going to try and do some little interviews, take some videos. Probably go in the paper. It has been in the paper.
Yeah, that's a good idea, though, isn't it? Get involved in something like that.
Yeah. So that's next week. Don't know what else we've got going on. Launceston Christmas lights switch on.
Yeah, when's that?
I don't know. Sometime in December.
Too many missions.
Too many things.
Too many missions impossible, Scarlett, you've got. Oh, that's a bit of a giveaway. Are we going to get... Mission Impossible for Scarlett. Mission Impossible for Scarlett.
Throwing out those little giveaway clues.
Talking of which, Leo.
Yes.
Talking of it being a Mission Impossible, what was the because it's only a couple of minutes to 9. What was the TrakLink guest we had from Dawn Lee?
It was Tom Cruise.
And Scarlett, what did your little secret message? You can hold that up now with my terrible writing underneath it.
Films with Tom Cruise in it.
Yay!
In shorthand.
Shorthand, films with Tom Cruise in.
Yeah, as soon as I heard the old time rock and roll like that, that tune is just absolutely identifiable as Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. Although people still make the mistake of thinking he was wearing sunglasses while dancing in his boxers and his shirt. He never was.
We were talking about Tropic Thunder as well. Yeah. We needed that rap at the end of Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, like I actually showed the good lady driver the Les Grossman scene the other day. Like, she was having some hassle with someone. I was like, look, come on, next time someone gives you hassle, just do this and play the scene where he's talking to Flaming Wagon. I will rain down an unholy jihad on you. You'll have to go to the UN and get a binding resolution on me.
That is a great film.
It's so good.
So Tom Cruise was TrakLink. Thank you for that, Scarlett.
Thank you.
Thank you for your insights into the way the press works.
That's
Thank you for
okay.
your insights into how to write in ancient runes.
Yeah.
Which if I'm going to take a degree in ancient
Yeah, do
runes,
it, do
like
it.
Hermione Granger in Harry Potter, she
Potter.
studied ancient runes, didn't she?
Yeah.
And deciphered the books of Beedle the Bard with the what's it called, the Deathly Hallows symbol. It's like that, isn't it?
Just like that. I'm Hermione Granger.
Leo, gig guide.
Gig guide, indeed, yeah.
Have you got it?
I gave it to you guys.
I have
Right,
it.
Scarlett, are you going to do the gig guide? Do you
What
want
am
to
I
borrow my
going to do?
glasses?
Am I going to read it out?
So
You
just
can
this
do
week's one,
this
if you want.
coming weekend.
Yeah.
And you should be able to find it in there because you printed it.
This coming weekend. Right. So, tomorrow evening, you've got Bear Jams at Bar Silo.
Nice.
Nice.
You've got the Geese at the Bullers and Lou. Is it the Geese?
The guys,
The Guys.
The guys.
as in disguise, or he was wearing a guise of whoever.
Ah, yeah, guys.
Guys.
So that's like the guys as in G-U-Y-S, but spelled as in disguise.
Yeah.
Then we've got Saturday the 19th, Stargazer at the Social Club, which I'm assuming is in Callington.
There's a social club in Liscard as well.
Yeah, but I think that's actually in Saltash.
There you
Because
go.
they played Callington the other week, didn't they? When we went down and recorded them, which you can see on vision.fluidrecords.co.uk.
You can. They're a brilliant band, Stargazer. Have you seen them, Scarlett? It's all glam rock.
No, I saw the picture that you sent in.
You
They
did.
look very good.
It's fab. They were good.
You've also got Sammy Jonas at the Bullers in Lou. And then Sunday the 20th, you've got Naughty Bays at the Bullers in Lou.
Yay.
Okay. The
There's
Bullers is quite
always
good,
something good going on at
Who's-
the Bullers.
Who's playing at Callington Social on the 26th? Just going a little bit further down there.
That seems a specific date to
I've
be
never
wondering.
heard of them. to be
Have you
honest,
not?
No.
Oh, okay.
Some monkey band, isn't it?
Hey?
Some monkey band?
Yeah.
It's not the monkeys themselves, is it?
Yeah.
That'd be a bit difficult. Most of them are dead now.
And for this coming gig guide, Scarlett, which you will be doing for December,
For December.
we will have it for the first time, will we not, Leo, up on our Facebook and on our website?
Yes, well, actually, you can find November's one up right now as well because we're coming into the end of the month. And
Perfect.
December will be published a couple of weeks after it goes live in the paper. So,
Brilliant.
Yay.
And since
yeah,
Monty
also-
Tom has come in on the chat room with Better Late Than Never, shall we play out with a bit of Moby for Monty Tom?
we will do in just a minute. I just wanted to mention also that Rogue Otherworld have just launched the tickets for their Christmas Woodland. I've forgotten what it's called. Wild Woods, that's it, Wild Woods. Fantastic performances set in Tahiti woods. We've talked about them a lot on this show. They're really worth checking out. So those tickets are on sale at, I think, rogueotherworld.com. Just check that out.
We've talked about them a lot on this show, Leo, but they still haven't sent us any free tickets.
Yeah, I'm sure something will turn up. Because they're very busy. Like if you think of how many shows they do a year, they've just finished their Halloween ones, and they're doing these ones, if I remember correctly, from like the 10th to the 30th of December.
I'm surprised
So- so
Scarlett's
long-
not down there.
I know.
Yeah,
Covering
check it
it.
out.
What's the matter with you?
I know. Get on it.
You got to go to
well-
sleep or eat or something.
Maybe.
Well, that brings me neatly to what I mentioned earlier about like writing articles in the paper, because obviously you got the one about the fuel costs, which is obviously very important. And what the good lady driver wanted me to mention was the rubbish collection. Have you heard about the changes in rubbish collection?
No.
So we came up from London, where you get your rubbish collected once a fortnight. It's ridiculous. It makes such a terrible amount of backlog of waste, and what are the residents supposed to do with that waste in the fortnight that you have to wait? So that was one of the key reasons, contributing reasons to getting the heck out of London. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The council here is looking to introduce a bi-weekly rubbish collection for all of us, which would be an absolute nightmare. Like, do not do it. But definitely, if you fancy another article, there's
Oh
one
yeah,
right there.
definitely. I'm looking into that.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Okay, so
and when you've finished all your exams and everything, Scarlett, you'll have to come back on.
Oh well, yeah.
yeah, welcome
In the
anytime.
room.
Well, we're
In
gonna have
the
to do
room.
another.
Just name the room.
We're gonna have to do another movie night because we've still got loads and loads of tracks here,
Oh.
like loads that we haven't got through.
You could do a movie night every week, really, couldn't you?
Yeah.
There's so many movies.
I was
Why
thinking
can't
also
we just
maybe a game
vacuum?
night.
Eating so much
Eat
popcorn,
popcorn.
drinking snowballs.
Could also possibly do a video games night as well, because I was saying earlier there were some brilliant video game soundtracks out there, of like credible artists, and not just
Soap
8-bit
operas
sound
night.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soaps Night, that could be cool, yeah. Oh, Brookside, man. Brookside had a wicked theme tune. That was fantastic.
Oh, didn't Ant and Dec used to be in Brookside, and they did that Let's Get Ready to Rumble?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah,
No.
so you could have that, couldn't we?
You're wrong. Don't do this to me again, boy. Jesus. It was Baker Grove. They were in Baker Grove, not Brookside.
Baker Grove,
What the heck,
that's
man?
it.
Seriously. This is like the other week when you said, like, who was it that Will Smith slapped? And you said Chris Brown. I was like, yeah, right, like that's gonna happen. Like, yeah, no, it was Let's Get Ready to Rumble, and they played PJ and Duncan in what was that show called?
And talking of Ant and Dec, Leo,
Yes.
I'm a Celebrity's on.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, we can shuffle along then. Well, all that then remains for me to say is thank you very much for joining us, Scarlett. It's been fantastic having you. Thank you, everyone out there, for joining us. Don't forget you can check out all of the shows on demand at fm.fluidrecords.co.uk, vision.fluidrecords.co.uk. Check us out on the socials. It's mainly /Phluid Records or @Phluid Records on any of the major platforms. But for now, we are going to play out with God Moving Over the Face of the Water by Moby. So, yeah, if you guys want to say your goodbyes, we shall play out on that.
Toodle pip, everybody.
See you later.
Have a good one.